Yes, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss the graphs. But before going to that graphs, yesterday what we discussed in the last class, that we will once revise it. Okay? Right? You know, if a bullet is going along a straight line, if there is a wooden plank of thickness x, if it is fired into a wooden plank, after crossing the first plank, if it gains the velocity v is equal to 1/nth of the initial velocity, then the number of planks required is m equal to m is equal to n square by n square minus 1. Right? Next, suppose if a bullet loses after traveling through one plank of thickness x, is 1/nth of the initial velocity is lost after crossing the first bullet, then how many number of planks are required to stop the bullet? N square by 2n minus 1. Right? So like that. One more thing. Next, if a body is there, if a body is covering in horizontal direction, so in nth second if it covers in Sn is the distance, and in mth second if it is covering in mth second distance covered is Sm, then what is the acceleration of the body? A is equal to Sm minus Sn by m minus n. Suppose see here, if m is equal to n plus 1, then what is the acceleration? A equal to Sn plus 1 minus Sn by n plus 1 minus n. N cancel, you will get A is equal to Sn plus 1 minus Sn. So from this Sn plus 1 is equal to what? Sn plus A. So nothing. If there is a uniform motion, if a body is started from rest going along a straight line, in nth second if a body covers a distance Sn, and in mth second Sm is the distance covered. Okay, so then acceleration A is equal to Sm minus Sn by m minus n. Okay, along a straight line. Right? So m is equal to n plus 1 if you take. So then what is the acceleration between two successive seconds? That is what noticing. So A is equal to Sn plus 1, m is n plus 1. N plus 1 minus Sn by n plus 1 minus n. So n gets cancelled, you will get Sn plus 1 minus Sn is equal to A. So from this Sn plus 1 equal to Sn plus A. If you know the distance covered in nth second and acceleration, then if you want to find the distance covered in next second, means you have to add the acceleration with how much it is going. Right? So that is what the distance covered in nth second. Next, body is started from rest and going along a straight line, then started from rest and going along a straight line. In nth second, distance covered is Sn, and complete n seconds, if you take n seconds, nth second, n seconds distance covered is equal to S, then fraction of distance covered in nth second is, that is Sn by S is equal to 2n minus 1 by n square. The fraction of distance covered in nth second to the total distance, or the fraction of distance covered in nth second is equal to 2n minus 1 by n square. This is a direct formula. Okay, this is for a body starts from rest and going with uniform acceleration. Okay, na? If a body starts from rest and going with uniform acceleration, then in that situation the fraction of distance covered in nth second is nothing but 2n minus 1 by n square. So n is what? Nth second. How you got this? See here, Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half, general formula. So u is 0. A is what? A into n minus half, you can write 2n minus 1 by 2. Correct or not? After LCM, a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So that is Sn. So Sn equal to a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Similarly, for a body starting from rest, entire n seconds, distance covered I need to calculate. S equal to ut plus half ad square. Okay na? So in that situation, u is 0. U0. So 0 into t plus half a into t is what? n. So 0 into n plus half a n square. That is distance covered for complete n seconds. Then the ratio is equal to, what is this, half a n square is s. So fraction of distance covered in nth second means the distance covered in nth second to the total distance in that n seconds. So Sn by s is equal to what? A by 2 into 2n minus 1 by a half a n square. A by 2, half a cancel. What will you get? 2n minus 1 by n square. That is Sn by s. This is the direct formula.
So, Sn by s.
This is what? Fraction of distance covered in nth second. Next, if a body covers, one small problem, if a body covers 9 by 16 parts, 7 by 16, take 7 by 16. Fraction of distance covered for a body starts from rest is 7 by 16. Then total time of journey is, what is the answer? And also find the total distance covered. How to do? What is this? Sn by s is given 7 by 16. Okay na? Come. Sn by s is equal to 7 by 16. Okay. So what is this formula Sn by s? 2n minus 1 by n square. What is n? 4. So here n square means 4 square. 2 into 4 minus 1 is 7. 8 minus 1. So n is equal to 4. Total journey time is 4 seconds. So what is the total distance covered in that? Total distance covered, half a n square. Because half a n square. So half a, what is n? 4 square. So 16. 16a by 2 means 8a. Distance covered is equal to 8a. If they have given acceleration, then you can find it. Okay, clear? Shall I rise? Next. Graphs. See, in these graphs, we have some position time graph, next velocity time graph, acceleration time graph. So, ST graph, VT graph and AT graph. Okay. So, now in that, first we are going to discuss about position time graphs. Okay. So, different examples we will take and draw the position time graph. So, now this is what position time graph. So, I am taking position on x-axis and time on y-axis. Sorry, time on x-axis and position on y-axis. Okay. Suppose here for this xt graph, okay, one example, one graph, after drawing graph, we will discuss about significance. Okay, right. If I take a particle which is at rest, 1 second. Recording, correct? That border. That. That border. Right. So now position time graph. So in this position time graph, if the particle is at rest, suppose the particle is at rest. Particle at rest. So position of the particle is not changing. So position of the particle is not changing. 0, 1, 2, 3, like that position value changes. Suppose if I see after 1 second the position of the particle is at 2 meters. After 2 seconds the position of the particle is also at 2 meters. After 3 seconds also the position of the particle is 2 meters. After 4 seconds also position of the particle is at 2 meters. So now what is this? Position of the particle is not changing with respect to time. So you are changing the time, but the position of the particle is not changing. So by joining these positions you will get the graph like this, straight line. Okay, so this is what the position of the particle is at 2 meters throughout the journey. That means whatever the time we are taking. Okay, as this represents the particle is at rest. Okay, now this represents what? The particle is at rest. This is the graph for this rest graph, which is parallel to time axis, x-axis. Okay, time is not changing. Next, for this, what is the slope of it? Wait, slope, okay, so velocity only. Position of particle changing, particle not changing, position is not changing. Then what is velocity? 0. So, position of the particle is not changing, so velocity you are getting 0. That is what from this xt graph you can calculate slope.
Sir, tangent is 0, sir.
Slope. So, slope means this is parallel to x-axis. So, tangent is parallel to x-axis, so slope is 0. Y coordinate by x coordinate. Y coordinate what? It is not varying along y coordinate, y direction. So, that is constant value along y-axis. Change in y coordinate 0. So, slope is equal to 0. So, slope is 0. So, velocity is 0. Okay, now slope gives you what? Velocity of the particle. Here, slope is what? Slope is m, and that is equal to tan theta, that is equal to what? Y coordinate by x coordinate, and that is equal to 0. Delta y by delta x you will write. Delta y means y coordinate. This is y coordinate and this is x coordinate. So don't confuse with the x and t, or you have confusion s and t.
Sir, ST and ST are different.
1 second. Okay, both are, see here x is position you will say, s is displacement you will say. Okay, na? You will say x. X changes, you can say what is it? Displacement. Okay, na? X Rest. To avoid the confusion, I am telling you. Don't consider this is x-axis, this is x position, different. Okay, na? Right. So delta y by delta x means delta x by coordinate, displacement coordinate by time coordinate difference. So how much? 0. Slope is 0. So then, what is the area covered by it? For any graph, we can consider two things. One, slope. Second one, area. Okay, for that we will say slope. Slope is what? Instantaneous slope and average we will take. Okay, so between 2 points on a chord. Okay, for next examples you can understand easily. Okay, so slope m is equal to 0. Okay, so slope gives you what? Velocity. So velocity of the particle is 0. Okay, na? Next, go to another one. Area you can't get it here. X into t you will get. X into t no physical quantity we have. Displacement into time, no physical quantity is there. So time on x-axis and position on y-axis I am taking. Position on y-axis. Right. Now next one, a particle is moving with moving along a straight line. Uniform velocity. If a particle is moving with uniform velocity, starting from rest, particle moves with uniform velocity starting from rest. So initial position is 0. Starting from rest, and one more thing, starting from rest, and one more thing you need to notice, position of the particle started from the origin. Started from origin of the coordinate system.
So uniform velocity.
Yes, origin of coordinate system. Okay, na? Uniform velocity only. Right? Now, this is what position time graph. So, what is this? If you take here 2 points, you can think about the graph. One, instantaneous slope and the instantaneous velocity and average velocity. See here, displacement time. If I take between 2 points on a chord, what will I get? So, delta y by delta x. That is what? Average value it gives. What is this average? Displacement by time? Velocity. Average velocity between 2 points on a chord. Okay, na? So, on this straight line which is passing through the horizon, between 2 points, I am going to find what? Average velocity. What is this? Average velocity. Slope gives what? Average velocity delta y by delta x. That is nothing but delta y is what? Change in position. So delta x by delta t. X coordinate is y coordinate change by x coordinate change. Y coordinate is delta x. By x coordinate change is delta t. Delta x by delta t. What is this delta x by delta t? Average velocity. Okay, na? So what it gives? Average velocity. Okay, what it gives? Average velocity. Slope of this curve gives you average velocity. Slope on the chord between 2 points. But if you take the slope instantaneous, since it is going uniform, wherever you take, you will get the average value only, even instantaneous value also. Correct? So, instantaneous slope you want to take, what you have to do? You have to take at any one point, and just one point you will draw tangent. If you take take the slope at one point also, this is a straight line, like chord value only, it gives even for instantaneous value also. Okay, na? So this is about this. Next, slope only we are taking for position time graph. Right, next, go to another one. Here what it represents? Initial position from where it is started? From the origin. Okay, right, next. Position time graph. Particle going with uniform velocity but not started from the origin of the coordinate system. Okay, particle started not from the origin of the coordinate system. That means that is not started from 0. So it is already having some 2 meters or 3 meters or that position is there. So from there it starts going with uniform velocity. So like this. Okay na? So if a particle is having some initial position, which is, that means particle is not started from the origin of the coordinate system and it is going with uniform velocity. Okay na? So that means what? This is what? X naught. X naught you will say. So initially, before starting, at the time t equal to 0, the position of the particle is x naught. Okay, so x naught from at t equal to 0, it starts from x naught, and as time increases, displacement also increases. It's a straight line. So it shows uniform velocity, but the particle is not started from the origin. Okay, particle moving with uniform velocity started from x naught on y axis on position time. Okay, or particle is not started from the origin. Okay, particle moving with uniform velocity particle started moving with uniform velocity but not started from the origin. So initial position is there with some positive initial position. Okay na? With some positive initial position is there at time t equal to 0. Okay na? Now, so what is this? You can calculate slope only, even here also. What is the slope you can get? Velocity. Okay, slope gives you uniform velocity. That is what? Uniform velocity or average velocity?
Both are same.
Here both are same. Uniform velocity, average velocity. Particle is going with uniform velocity. No? That is same. Right, next. Numerically equal they are. Next, go to another one. What is y-intercept here? Plus x naught. You can write y-intercept is plus x naught. This also you can write. Okay, next. Go for next one. Till now, with uniform velocities. Uniform velocities, two cases. One, particle started from the origin of the coordinate system with some positive x displacement. Next, you go for acceleration. If you take a particle which is going along a straight line, position time. Okay. So how will you decide this? S equal to ut plus half a d square. Okay. So S equal to ut plus half a t square, general formula, equations of motion. Correct? But one more thing, here we are taking x minus x naught equal to x equal to or s equal to x minus x naught or x naught plus ut plus half a t square. Some initial position is there. So with that initial position I am adding now. Okay. Suppose the particle is started from the origin, then this term will become 0. For origin, at origin x naught equal to 0. Okay na? So that is what you can say. X equal to x naught plus ut plus half a t square. X naught is 0 initially. So S only I am writing like x. Okay. S only I am writing like x. X equal to x naught plus ut plus half a t square. Now x naught is 0 at time t equal to 0. Means the particle is started from the origin. That is the meaning. Okay. And particle starts from rest also. Particle starts from rest also. Observe the words. 1. Particle starts from the origin and from rest. Starts from origin and starts from rest. So, and one more thing, particle is going with uniform acceleration. Okay, so 3 conditions. 1. Particle starts from the origin from rest and moving with uniform acceleration. That is the condition. Okay, so that means what? U0, x0 0 and A is present. Okay, those 3 are the conditions. What are they? Particle
starts from this.
Yes, particle starts from rest and starts from rest at origin, moving with uniform acceleration. Moving with uniform acceleration. Okay, now from this equation you observe it. X equal to x0 plus ut plus half a d square. You know that x0 is 0. And what is u? Also 0. So then what happens? This also 0. What will you get? X equal to half a d square. Okay. Half a also constant. What will you get? X is directly proportional to t square. Okay. Based on that expression, we are going to draw the curve like this. This is what? Increasing slope. What is the slope? Increasing slope. Here 0 slope. Slope is 0. Here what is slope? Positive slope. Slope is positive. Here what is the slope? Also positive. For this graph. Okay. Now what is the slope here? Increasing slope. Increasing slope. Okay. See here, if you observe, here slope, here slope, here slope are not same. Slope is gradually y coordinate. You see between 2 points. Here less y coordinate. Here more y coordinate. Here more y coordinate. Okay, na? For the same. So what you are going to get? Slope is what? Increasing slope. Increasing. Okay, slope of this graph, what it shows? Increasing slope. Next, second thing. What it represents? What it represents? Particle is moving with uniform acceleration. Particle moves with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. Okay, na? That is about the particles for this condition. Next. Which one, man? Huh? This one, huh? This is positive slope. This is constant slope. Positive constant slope here. Here increasing slope. Positive increasing slope. Here positive constant. This and this are same. Okay, this and this are same slopes. Positive constant. But this one positive increasing slope. Okay, na? Right. Next. Next one. Particle starts from rest but not from the origin and going with uniform acceleration. Okay, what is this? Particle starts from rest, not from origin. That means it is having some positive displacement I am taking.
X0.
Okay, x0. So from here, from x naught, the particle is started. Okay, and starts from rest with some positive x value, with some positive displacement on y-axis and moving with what? Uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration, right? Now you take from here, the particle can go like this. So how you got that? You see here. So same, x equal to x naught plus ut plus half at square. X naught is 0. No, x naught is not 0. But particle starts from rest. So u 0. So this term will be missing, 0. So x naught plus half at square, that is x. So this is x naught. So directly proportional to t square. If x minus x naught you take, half at square. X minus x naught directly proportional to t square. So that's why you will get the graph like this. What is the significance of this? What you can say? Positive increasing slope. What is this? Positive increasing slope. What it gives? Uniform acceleration. Okay, uniform acceleration or average acceleration. Of the particle. Okay. Next. This is what time? Position time graph. Right, next go to another one. If you take a particle position time graph, next one, particle is started from the already moving, particle is moving already, but from the horizon I am taking already with along negative x-axis, negative value it is moving and reaches the horizon, and after that it is going with decreasing acceleration, retardation, like, okay, particle is moving with uniform retardation, particle is moving with uniform retardation or deceleration. So starts from rest, but already see here, like this you will get a curve. What is this curve means? The particle is started from rest, but what happens? Acceleration is decreasing, retarding. Particle is moving with retardation. Particle moving with retardation. Retardation or deceleration from the horizon of the coordinate system. So what it shows? Slope is decreasing. So right, what you can say? Slope is decreasing. Decreasing slope. Negative acceleration. Or retardation or deceleration. Okay. If you take a tangent at any point, that gives you instantaneous retardation. Instantaneous. A tangent anywhere you can draw, any point. See here, if you want to draw here, you can draw. If you want to draw, you can draw. You can draw here. So here point acceleration is different, here acceleration is different. So instant to instant it is varying. Okay, so like that you can take. Next. Suppose the particle is not started from the horizon, some positive displacement is already present. Then you will get the curve like this. What it represents? Particle is not from the horizon, but the same conditions remaining. Okay, the same conditions. Particle moving with retardation with some positive displacement on x and x naught. Okay, but what it represents? Retardation, decreasing graph. Decreasing slope. Negative acceleration or retardation. If you take at any instant, that gives you instantaneous acceleration. Okay, that is one. Next, position time graph. Next, suppose if a particle is thrown vertically upward, okay, if a particle is thrown vertically upward, so initially velocity is more. So when it goes to top, velocity is 0. So velocity is decreasing. Velocity is decreasing. Then after reaching the top point, again, while it is coming down, velocity, magnitude of velocity increases in reverse direction. Okay, na? So right. So for that case, you can draw a curve like this. Okay. A vertically projected body. So if you take a vertically projected body, position time graph. Slope. See here, when you throw the body vertically upward direction, what happens? Its velocity gradually decreasing, negative acceleration. So slope is, what is this decreasing slope? Negative acceleration, decreasing slope. Okay, so from positive k to 0, slope becomes 0, it decreases first. From plus k to 0, slope. Okay, clear or not? Clear, huh? Particle is started from the ground. It is thrown vertically upward direction. So gradually velocity decreases. Change in velocity is there. So due to that, what will happen? You will get acceleration. That acceleration is slope, decreasing slope. Okay, na? So what is this? Decreasing velocity. So plus k to 0. Next, from 0 to minus k, it decreases. Okay, now this is the graph you can share. Plus k to 0 and from 0 to minus k. Okay, na? So that is what the slope of what it represents. This is for vertically projected upward body. Okay. Next, slope decreases from plus k to 0 and 0 to minus k. Next, next one, velocity time graph. T Till now we discuss about slopes only in position time graph. Okay na? Next what? Velocity time graph, VT graph. VT graph, velocity time graph. VT. Right. Particle at rest. Particle at rest. So particle at rest means what you can represent? The position of the particle, velocity is 0. Particle at rest. So position is not changing. So as position is not changing, velocity is 0. So velocity is 0. So that means parallel to, that is what, on time axis you can say. The particle lies, see velocity 0 is here only na. That is what. So the particle moving along time axis. So this is what represents particle at rest. Okay na? Lies on time axis. Lies on time axis. Next. Particle moving with uniform velocity. Particle moving with uniform velocity. VT. Particle moving with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means some particular value will be there. 0, 1 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 3 meter per second, like that. Suppose if I have drawn like this, so time changes, velocity remains constant, but does it mean the particle is at rest? No. Velocity, this is parallel to time axis, but velocity is 2 meter per second means it is maintained same constant velocity, 2 meter per second. Okay na? So now what is the slope of this curve? 0. Slope is 0. Since the particle is going with uniform velocity, then what is the acceleration? 0. Slope gives you what? Acceleration. Slope gives acceleration. Average acceleration. 0. Okay. Now here our another point will come for graphs. What is that? Area covered. Okay, area covered by the curve in VT graph. See here. What is the area covered? Area covered means, see, look at this. It looks like a rectangle, right or not? It looks like a rectangle. How can you find the area of a rectangle? Length into breadth. Okay na? So length is what? Time. Breadth is what? Velocity. So what it gives? Length into breadth means, so v into t. So speed, velocity into time gives you what? Displacement. So displacement is product of y and x coordinates. So that gives you what? Area covered by the curve. Okay na? Very important for solving problems. Okay, area covered by the curve gives you the product of the y and x coordinates, gives which physical quantity, that physical quantity can give the area covered by the curve. Okay, so here time is the x coordinate, velocity is the y coordinate, product of velocity into time gives you displacement, so the area of this curve gives you displacement. So what you can say, area of displacement time curve gives you, area of velocity time graph gives you displacement. Okay. Next, if the area is positive and negative, while solving problems you will come to know. Okay, just leave it. Even distance also you can calculate. Okay. If a particle is going along a straight line, both distance and displacements are equal. So in this case, the velocity time graph gives you even distance also. Magnitude of displacement gives you distance. For above positive areas. Okay, but this is not for all graphs, so depends on graph that changes. Okay, we will see. While solving the problems, you will come to know. Okay, slope gives you acceleration, that acceleration is equal to 0. Then area covered under VT graph, what it gives? Yes, displacement. Okay, na? This is what about the important point about the particle. Okay, next. Next, go to particle is going with acceleration, positive acceleration. So you know that particle moving with uniform acceleration starts from rest. Particle starts from rest. Look at this curve. Velocity time graph. Particle starts from rest. So this is 0. Initial velocity is 0. Starts from rest. So from 0 only it starts. Next. So how will you show that the graph? You know that the equations of motion V is equal to U plus AT. What is U here? 0. Plus AT. A is what? Uniform acceleration we are discussing. So constant. So V is directly proportional to T. So that means it's a straight line passing through the horizon. This is what. Okay, na? V is directly proportional to T. What it represents? Uniform velocity. Sorry, uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. What about the slope? Which slope? Positive slope or increasing slope? Positive slope. So slope is positive slope. Positive constant slope. Yes. Constant slope. Positive constant slope. Okay. Right. So how will you calculate between 2 points? If you take on the chord between 2 points, then you will get what? Acceleration. That is what? Average acceleration or uniform acceleration, whatever it is. Average acceleration. Average acceleration. Next, area covered. Area covered. What it gives? Velocity time. Product of velocity into time. Displacement only. But previously it appears like a rectangle. So length into breadth you took. But now it appears like a triangle. So how to calculate the area covered under this graph? So half base height. So half this quadrant, this value into this y coordinate value. So triangle shape. So triangle area. Previously that is rectangle shape, rectangle area. Like that shape of the curve, we need to take the area based on shape of the curve. Okay? Right. Area covered gives what? Displacement. Going border, crossed. Displacement.
The last 4 to 5.
So area covered what? Displacement. This is slope, positive, constant acceleration. Okay, average acceleration. Okay, right. Next, another one. Particle moving with uniform acceleration you did, positive acceleration you got. Next. what it represents?
The particle is moving uniform acceleration.
Not from rest. Some initial velocity is already is there.
Not from origin.
Yes, not from origin. So there are three conditions. One, particle is going with uniform acceleration. Second, not started from the origin. Third, particle is not from rest, already in motion. So suppose if it is going with some uniform motion, after that suddenly acceleration takes place, uniform acceleration. So such a case you can say this. Okay, some initial velocity you can notice like u naught or v naught or whatever it is. Some initial value is there. Y coordinate what? V naught. Initial value is there, some initial value. So that is what. Now what is this? Constant positive slope. Constant positive slope. What it gives? Average acceleration, uniform acceleration. Average acceleration. Average acceleration. Okay, slope. This is about slope. Next, y-intercept what? V naught. Y-intercept is V naught. Since the particle is not started from rest, it's already moving with some initial velocity. So after that acceleration takes place. Next, another one. What we can say? The area covered. So how it looks like area? There are two parts. This is for triangle and this is for rectangle. Area covered for this plus area covered for this, these two you will get the area covered for this. Okay na? So area covered gives you what? Displacement. So how will you calculate? This is what? Suppose this is u. So this is v. What is this gives? V minus u value. Correct? And what about this coordinate? 0 to t, time taken. Correct? So this is t. So the area covered for triangle S1 is equal to what? Half base is t into height v minus u. Okay na? So S1 is equal to what we can say? Triangle half base into height. Correct? So now half t into what is v minus u? V is equal to u plus at, yeah. You know that v is equal to u plus at. From this v minus u is equal to at. So in place of v minus u, what you can write? At you can write. What is this? Half at square. That is for triangle area. Then what is the area covered for rectangle? Length into breadth. So t into u. So ut. Therefore total area is equal to area covered plus triangle plus rectangle. So what is this? Triangle plus rectangle. So what will you get? Ut plus half at square. So you can do the proof for this. It is not required here for you. Just this is the way you can calculate. Understood? Like this the area can be covered. Next. A vertically projected upward body. What will happen? Initially with more velocity you are giving. So when it reaches to the top point, 0. Velocity is decreasing as time increases. So Like this, you will get a curve. For a body going with retardation. Okay, this is what? Negative slope. What it represents? Negative slope. Negative constant slope. Okay, what is the example here? What is the position of this curve? For what position you can draw this curve? A particle is moving with some constant retardation. Okay, a particle is moving with some constant retardation. Constant retardation. Particle moves. Some initial velocity is there, u. What happened? Time increasing, velocity is decreasing. Okay, so you will get the graph like this. Constant retardation, right? Negative slope. Right, next, go to, suppose you take a particle which is thrown vertically upward for entire journey. What will happen? We will see. Velocity becomes 0, that means till here it comes. If particle vertically projected body, final velocity will become 0, na? So till that you can draw like this. Okay, you wanted to, here you can, particle moves with constant acceleration, retardation. We are not saying that it is going for vertically projected body or a constant, along a straight line also with constant retardation, you can draw, no problem. Particle can come to rest finally. If you want to take till final rest, you can consider. If not, you can stop somewhere else. Okay, right. So, next one, vertically projected body, a vertically projected upward body. You see here, that is an application only. Velocity time graph, you see here. So, initially it will have, you have given with more velocity, positive value. So, while it is going downward, then what will happen? While going in upward direction, velocity will become 0. So, this is what? Decreasing, and velocity is becoming 0 till that time to reach the maximum height. What you can say? The time taken. Time of ascent for vertically projected body to reach the top point.
But initially velocity is moving.
Velocity is more. With more velocity you are throwing in upward direction.
So where is it?
This is the value.
Straight.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 meters per second you have thrown. Okay, na? With 5 meters per second you have thrown the body upward. So what happens? Gradually the speed decreases and it becomes 0. So when will you notice that? As time increases only you can notice. Correct? So to reach from the bottom ground to the top point, what is the time it takes? Time of ascent you can say. That is what? Time of ascent. This part. From here to here where the velocity becomes 0.
Time of
Ascent. Vertically projected body to reach the maximum height, time of ascent only, na? Next, u by z. Yes. Then after that, what happens after reaching the top point? Again returns back. So velocity is becoming negative. Okay. So but increasing value, magnitude. Now it is coming down like this. Time increases. Okay. So it is going along a straight line. So what it represents? This time is what? Time of descent, time taken to reach from the top point to the ground for a vertically projected body. From the maximum height to the ground, that is what time of descent. So time of descent is this. This is also u by g. This is u by g, even this is also u by g. After reaching the ground, you can reach the value, velocity is same magnitude, but sign is reverse in the absence of air resistance. Okay, so v is minus v. Clear, huh? Right. So this is what velocity time graph. Then what is the displacement for a vertically projected body? Displacement. What is the displacement? Graph. Nothing. See, you have thrown vertically. Just visualize the situation first. You have thrown the body upward. With maximum velocity only now you will throw. Okay, so while it is going in upward direction, what will happen due to gravity? Velocity gradually decreases and it becomes 0. Correct? Huh? So velocity becomes 0. So velocity is becoming 0 means from maximum to minimum, maximum to 0 it is going. Time increasing. So time value increasing, maximum to 5 meter to velocity till it becomes 0, the graph is decreasing like this. Negative slope, constant negative slope, constant retardation, acceleration due to gravity minus g, that is what constant retardation acting on the body. Okay, next after that, what will happen? Will it stop there? At highest point? No, no, again it returns back. So in reverse direction, this is what? Reverse direction with negative velocity. It is going along this direction as time increasing. Time cannot be negative. This point.
That's minus T is ground. Sir, minus T is ground, sir. That time is
This one, huh?
no, sir. Last one.
This.
No, sir. That is ground.
This is ground. Yes. Okay. It is ground. Again, this is also ground. Okay. Velocities are, while throwing in upward direction, positive you have taken. After returning to the ground, negative. But same magnitude. Okay. In the absence of air resistance, minus V. This is plus V. This is minus V. Time taken, you see. From V to 0, that is time of ascent. From 0 to minus V, that is what time of descent. 0 to minus V, time of descent. So this is what time of descent in the graph. Time cannot be negative. Okay. So to draw like this, time is not negative. Time cannot go in reverse direction. Time in forward direction only. That's why you are getting graph like this. Okay. Right? Understood? Clear or not?
Yeah.
Right, now see here. So, slope is constantly decreasing slope. Constantly decreasing slope. Okay, here, negative slope. Constant negative slope. Next. Right, see here. What is the area it gives?
0.
This is S1, this is S2. Okay, tell me what is S1? Half, this is triangle, half base into height. Base is what? Time of ascent, U by G or whatever it is, U by G into V plus V. Okay, na? Clear or not? Or half TA into U by G, anyone you can write. Wait. Next, for this S2 you tell me? Half, first as it is minus it, half base U by Z. Height is minus V. So, minus half UV by G. That is S2. Net, total displacement. 0. Here S total is equal to S1 bar plus S2 bar. So, 0. This is plus this. This is plus value, this is minus value. You will get net 0. That is what a body vertically thrown upward is having displacement 0. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Right, next. Suppose if they ask what is the distance, then what we have to do? That is what I told you in the previous graph.
What's the body?
If a body is thrown vertically upward, displacement is 0. But what about distance?
Sir,
2 times of distance covered, 2s. Okay. Distance can never be scalar quantity. So here you got positive value. So here S2 you got negative value. You have to take this modulus of S2. Then distance if they ask, displacement is this. Displacement. Distance if they ask, S1 plus S2 modulus. No negative value, only positive value. We have that. So what will you get? 1 by 2 U by G into V 2 times. Like that it will come. Okay, now understood? Clear? Next. acceleration time graph. Acceleration time graph. AT graph. Acceleration time. Acceleration time graph. 1. Constant acceleration, non-uniform acceleration. Constant or uniform acceleration. Acceleration time graph. If a particle is going along a constant acceleration, like this you will get the curve. Okay? Acceleration remains same, 2 meter per second square. 2 meter per second square, 2 meter per second. As time changes, steadily going with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. This represents what? Uniform acceleration. Particle is moving with uniform acceleration. What is the slope of this? Slope 0. Slope is 0. See here, slope quantity, how will you calculate? Rate of acceleration. dA by dt. You can take. dy by dx. So change in coordinate dA, delta A by delta t or dA by dt. Okay? So delta A by delta t is what? Rate of acceleration. That you can call it as what? Jerk. Rate of acceleration is called what? Jerk. But here acceleration is not changing. Constant. Change in acceleration is 0. So here jerk is 0. Uniform acceleration. Okay. Here jerk is 0. Right. Next. So area covered. What is the area it covers? Area covered. What? Look at this. So this is acceleration. This is time. So area covered is what? Length into breadth. So t into a. So area in acceleration into time, what it gives? Velocity. So area covered by acceleration time gives you velocity. So area covered by acceleration time gives you velocity. Okay, na? Next. If you get negative graph also like this you got, then what is the 1 minute. What is the area covered is 0. Display velocity is 0. Okay, or a particular interval of time. Velocity is 0. Like that it is. But speed is?
2 times.
Yes. Yes, yes. Velocity to take, you have to observe the right. Right, clear or not? Suppose if it is happening, if suppose the particle reached again the same initial point, then displacement 0. Then acceleration, displacement 0, then velocity will be 0. That also you should consider. Okay, if the particle is reaching the same point, then what? Displacement 0, so velocity will be 0. Observe it. The displacement only plays an important role in calculating velocity. Okay, next. Non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. Like this you can see. Here whatever the graph, see, here some acceleration is there. Here some acceleration, here some acceleration, here some acceleration, here some acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. If a particle is going with non-uniform acceleration, then we can say the particle will have some jerk. Okay, so rate of acceleration. So what is this slope? Varying slope. Varying slope. Varying slope. This is not a steady slope. Okay, area covered. We can calculate. Same only, distance, displacement. Okay, this is about the curves. Okay, na? About acceleration time curves. Then we'll see the problems based on these graphs in the next class. Okay, right.